Humans have invented a lot of tools. The wheel, the printing press, the steam engine, the internet, the microwave, which, admittedly, is less historically significant than the others, but still counts. Every single one of these tools changed the world. Every single one created winners and losers. Every single one made some jobs obsolete and created new ones nobody had imagined before. And every single time, after the initial panic, humanity figured it out, adapted, moved on, complained loudly, but moved on. So when people ask what happens with AI, history says, we'll be fine. We figured it out before, we'll figure it out again. Until someone at Goldman Sachs ran the numbers and calculated
AI, AGI, could automate the equivalent of 300 million full-time jobs worldwide. That's roughly the entire population of the United States.
Hey, what? The jobs question, or the part everyone is pretending not to worry about. Let's start with the thing everyone is actually thinking about: jobs. Specifically, their job. Specifically, whether they still have one in 10 years. This is a completely reasonable thing to think about. It is also a question that has been asked about every major technology since the Industrial Revolution. When tractors arrived, people said farming jobs were gone. They were right. Also, many people moved to cities and got different jobs. When computers arrived, people said office jobs were gone. They were partially right. Also, entirely new categories of jobs appeared that hadn't existed before. Social media manager is a job. UX designer is a job. Podcast host is a job. None of these existed in 1980. So the optimists say, don't worry, new jobs will appear. They always do. The pessimists say, yes, but this time is different. Because previous technology replaced physical labor, or specific mental tasks. AI can potentially replace any cognitive task, at any level, including the ones we thought were safe, including yours.
What the fuck?
The honest answer is, nobody knows exactly which jobs are safe. The slightly more honest answer is, fewer than we'd like. The most honest answer is, the jobs that survive will probably look very different. And the new jobs that appear will require skills that are genuinely hard to predict right now, which is either exciting or terrifying, depending entirely on where you are in your career. The jobs that are actually fine, a short and somewhat reassuring list. Here's the thing about AI and jobs. AI is very good at tasks that are repetitive, pattern-based, predictable. AI is significantly less good at tasks that require genuine human connection, physical dexterity in uncontrolled environments, creative judgment in genuinely novel situations, emotional intelligence, and the ability to deal with people who are being completely irrational, which, it turns out, is most jobs. AI can write a first draft of a legal brief. A lawyer still needs to argue it in front of a skeptical judge who didn't sleep well. AI can generate a marketing campaign. A human still needs to persuade a room full of executives who all have different opinions, and one of them brought donuts as a distraction. AI can diagnose a medical condition from an image. A doctor still needs to sit with a scared patient and explain what happens next, in human terms, with human presence, with the appropriate box of tissues. The jobs that involve messy, emotional, unpredictable human beings still need human beings, at least for now. At least for now. The upside nobody is talking about because the downside is more interesting. Let's talk about the good stuff, because there is genuinely good stuff, and it gets ignored because alarm generates more clicks than optimism. AI is already doing things that are genuinely, unambiguously good. AlphaFold, DeepMind's AI, solved the protein folding problem, a problem biologists had been working on for 50 years. Solved it in months. This matters because understanding how proteins fold is foundational to developing new medicines, treatments for Alzheimer's, cancer therapies, antibiotics that work against resistant bacteria. John Molt, the man who founded the protein folding competition and spent his career working on this problem, said when he saw the results,
"We have been stuck on this one problem. How do proteins fold up for nearly 50 years? To see DeepMind produce a solution for this is a very special moment."
"Not AI biology. Biology. Full stop. AI is helping climate scientists model weather patterns faster, helping astronomers find new planets, helping mathematicians discover proofs that would have taken decades. The same technology that helps write your resignation letter is also helping cure diseases. Both things are true, simultaneously, which is sort of how all-powerful tools work. A knife is for cooking dinner, and also the plot of most crime novels. You use the tool. You try not to be in a crime novel. 3 possible futures, presented without judgment and with increasing alarm. Let's be honest, nobody knows how this ends, but people have been imagining it anyway. Here are the 3 broad scenarios that serious thinkers keep landing on. Scenario 1. The tool. AI becomes the most powerful tool humanity has ever built. We use it to solve problems, cure diseases, make better decisions, work less, create more. In this scenario, AI is like electricity, everywhere, invisible, essential, and nobody spends much time worrying about it, because it just works. This is the scenario the optimists are betting on. It requires that we get the development right, that we solve alignment, that the benefits are distributed reasonably fairly. 3 things that are each individually challenging. Together, quite a project. Scenario 2. The disruption. AI transforms the economy faster than society can adapt. Some people and companies benefit enormously. Others are left behind. Not because AI is malevolent, but because the speed of change outpaces the ability of education systems, governments, and institutions to respond. This is the scenario most economists are quietly worried about. It doesn't require AI to be dangerous. It just requires change to happen faster than humans are good at handling, which, historically, is about twice as fast as whatever is currently happening. Scenario 3. The one we don't talk about at dinner. Something goes wrong. Not malevolent robots. Not Terminator. Something more mundane and more difficult to prevent. A system optimizing for a goal, in a way that wasn't intended, at a scale that's hard to reverse. The alignment problem from last episode, applied to something that actually matters. This scenario doesn't have to be likely to be worth taking seriously. You don't have to believe your house will burn down to own a smoke alarm. The good news is that all 3 futures are still preventable, shapeable, or achievable, depending on which one you're aiming for. The less good news is that the decisions being made right now by a relatively small number of people will determine which one we get. Humanity's role in an AI world, starring you, whether you wanted a part or not. Here's the thing about all of this. You are not a passive observer. None of us are. The story of AI is not something happening to humanity. It is something humanity is doing. Every product you use that runs on AI generates data that trains the next version. Every time you use a chatbot, an image generator, a recommendation algorithm, you are participating. You are part of the feedback loop, whether you opted in or not. Which sounds ominous. It's actually just true of most technology. You didn't opt into the internet either. It arrived, you adapted. The question now is whether that adaptation is conscious or accidental. Whether we shape this thing or just surf it. History is full of technologies that arrive faster than society was ready for. The printing press created Protestantism, the scientific revolution, and also a lot of pamphlets spreading false information. The internet created e-commerce, Wikipedia, and also the comment section. Every powerful tool contains the full range of human nature, the best and the worst, the generous and the petty, the brilliant and the profoundly misguided. AI will be no different. Because AI is built by humans, trained on humans, reflecting humans. All of us, including the parts we don't put in the highlights reel. Here's the thing. This is the most interesting question humans have ever had to answer. Not, what will AI do? But, what will we do? The strange part is, we already know what needs to happen. Slow down a little. Share the benefits. Take safety seriously. Don't let 12 people decide for 8 billion. It's not a mystery. It's in every research paper, every congressional hearing, every book written by the people who actually built this thing. The question isn't whether we know what to do. The question is whether we can do it. Whether we can resist the speed, resist the money, resist the temptation to keep going just because we can, which, historically, is the kind of thing humans are really bad at. Artificial intelligence may become the most powerful tool humanity has ever built, or the last one we ever need to. The choice, for the first time in history, is genuinely ours. All of us. So, what do we do now?